Welcome to Besiege Bots, the real home of robotic combat in Besiege. In this episode of the Heavyweight Havoc, we continue the preliminary matches. Huge Parasite makes its return after a 3-episode absence. It faces Hallucinogen Redux, who has yet to prove itself to the rest of the roster. Will tonight be the fight? The Rumble this episode consists of Black Blizzard, Maceface, and Sequoia. Black Blizzard scored its first win in the previous episode against Sequoia, whom it faces once again. However, the Hammer Master Race would like a word with both of them, as Maceface swings in at 2-1. Who will be victorious of these three? And for our final fight, we have two of the biggest hitters in the competition. Hackapolita stares down on the compact yet frightening Quack 4. Will the Finnish giant neck the Avian, or will Quack prove plucky enough? All of that and more on this episode of Besiege Bots. Let's head into our first fight. And so we have our first contestant, the Inedible Bulk, who won its first match against Raya but lost its Rumble to Vertically Inclined. Now attempts to flip the goodest of boys, Wolf Boy, who won its first match against Pickle Prick but then lost quite violently to Quack. Let's see how these two match up. And off we go. Wolf Boy literally springs into action, has a... well, I say has, had a plow attachment by this point, which got knocked off on the first hit, seems about right. As Wolf Boy slips into the pit button. Oh, the legs on Wolf Boy are already hurting quite a lot by the looks of things. Tries to aggressively stomp on the Inedible Bulk, but no cigar as it loses a set of legs. Oh, Wolf Boy almost falls into the pit. Rolls back over like a good boy. The Inedible Bulk chasing what is left of Wolf Boy at this point, which isn't much, to be fair. It now has lost its arse, a leg, and probably some more bits. It's getting bullied by the Inedible Bulk right now. Should probably be getting counted out as well, because there is no mobility left in Wolf Boy right now. And that is the end of the match already. And that is Inedible Bulk scoring its first KO win? Yes. That means Inedible Bulk is 2-1, while Wolf Boy is 1-2. And so begins a Vengeance match. Oil Hunter lost its first Rumble to Saichani after an unfortunate explosion, but won its next fight against Hallucinogen. It now faces another one of its Rumble partners, Saichania, who won against both Hallucinogen and Oil Hunter but lost to Accretion Disc and Royal Seal. Let's see how these two match up. And so we begin. Saichania slowly walks out of its square as per usual. We have some Hunt the Oil support for Oil Hunter. Saichania gets a decent whack on the side of Oil Hunter, I suppose. No real damage, no real control scored. Oil Hunter trying to position to hit the hammer with the tip of its vertical disc, which would mean that Saichania gets sent up. Ooh, gets flipped over by a minor hit from Oil Hunter there. That was Saichania with another side stroke, no real big hits done yet. So Saichania is charging up the hit but then stops midway through. I'm not sure what the driver is thinking here. Saichania is struggling to go anywhere as we've seen in previous fights. Saichania flipped over now off screen, spinning upside down to keep Oil Hunter at bay. Tries to get up, gets flung into the pit button instead by Oil Hunter. Oh, very close to the pit there, spins away. Gets another decent hit there on Oil Hunter. Oil Hunter does appear to have taken a little bit of damage on the blue side of the frame because it's more wobbly than it is supposed to be. It's not big damage because Oil Hunter's functionally completely fine, but it would still count for the score. I just noticed Team Spinny Bit sign is slowly but surely falling apart. Oil Hunter with some good hits there. Oil Hunter gets under Saichania, wanting to get some damage on those legs. Gets another good pop on Saichania's top there. A flying block came out of Saichania. Saichania trying to get away, doesn't want to fight near the pit. I've noticed that this is a pattern. Everyone tries to fight Saichania near the pit because of its inherent lack of traction and movement speed. It's a good strategy, and it's looking to work fairly good for Oil Hunter as he now actually pushes Saichania away from the pit. Interesting strategy, probably trying to score some more control and aggression points to show that he is on top. Decent hit on Saichania there, as Saichania bounces off of the wall onto the air pit. Oil Hunter moves around it, doesn't want to get caught up in the air. Gets a hit on the plow of Saichania there, scoring control here, throwing Saichania near the pit again. Oil Hunter slowly approaching, trying to get the right hit. Saichania goes straight into the pit! And that's a win by pit KO for Oil Hunter. Very well driven, as we expect of Oil Hunter. That means 2-1 for Oil Hunter, and 1-3 for Saichania. And so begins matchup 3. Hallucinogen has beat Axe-Maniac but lost to Saichania and Oil Hunter. Now it moves on to face Huge Parasite, who has had a rough run through the roster so far, losing to Siamese Swan and Yanis, but won against Blitz. Let's see how these two match up. And off we go. Both robots immediately moving to the center of the arena. Hallucinogen gets caught in the plow of Huge Parasite there, gets a nip on one of the arms of Huge Parasite. Huge Parasite for, I think the first time, or I might be mistaken, actually going with the 4-arm setup. Pushing Hallucinogen into areas where it wants to go. It's doing some area control here. Trying to prevent, well, he was, as he now dances on the air pit. Trying to force Hallucinogen into spots where it's too close to a wall, where the driver of Hallucinogen does not want to spin up because of explosion risk. See, right there, Huge Parasite with some excellent control without even pushing the opponent, shoving him where he wants to go purely because the driver of Hallucinogen is scared to spin up near walls, for very good reason. Gets an almost clamp there, Huge Parasite chasing immediately. Oh, it's Hallucinogen with a decent hit there. Hallucinogen lines it up. Gets a hit, but no real damage done. As Parasite clamps down on the side of the frame there, with two of the arms, barely a clamp, but he had control. Huge Parasite moving towards the pit button. Opens the pit right as Hallucinogen was attempting to go forwards. Some more area denial there. Huge Parasite moving in, trying to box in Hallucinogen. Hallucinogen wants to fight in the middle of the arena. Huge Parasite wants to fight everywhere else. Getting him onto the bouncing plate, moving him along, trying to get that clamped somewhere on that big chassis of Hallucinogen. Getting around to the back, Hallucinogen running away, not scoring very many aggression points. Hallucinogen spins up, trying to get a top hit on those arms. Ooh, Huge Parasite with a good chase, stuck in the frame of Hallucinogen, goes for an air pit hit, and that's... the whole frame exploded. There is still a frame left. I've yet to see if it's still mobile. I doubt it. But the count-out is still happening, so in this case, Huge Parasite makes sure that he wins and puts it in the pit before anything else could happen. Huge Parasite wins by pit KO, which puts it to 2-2, while Hallucinogen is 1-3. And so begins the next match. We have Grip, who has only lost his matches so far. Lost the Rumble to Blitz, and lost to Sequoia by a very fast pick KO. It now faces Pickle Prick, who has lost to literally every single opponent it's had. So both of these robots have a lot to prove. Let's see how they match up. And off they go. Pickle Prick is notably slower than Grip. Ooh, gets a good hit there though. Some braces have come out of Grip. Oh, but there comes a brace out of Pickle Prick itself. Grip with some excellent wall control here. Maybe trying to go for that Uda technique that we saw in its intro. Trying to push it up the wall and out. It's trying it again. Can't quite line it up. It's really trying to go for it. Pickle Prick with a decent hit to the side there. Another decent hit to the side. Moving along to the middle of the arena now, where Pickle Prick prefers to fight. Trying to get back to the center. Spins up, but Grip gets right back underneath that inverted wedge shape of Pickle Prick. It's not the most competitive shape, but good god, it looks nice. Grip with another decent wall ride there, trying to get it to the pit. Oh, but Pickle Prick explodes, and Grip goes into the pit. And because the match had been going for a minute, that means it's a judge's decision. Grip winning on aggression and control, while Pickle Prick won on damage and style, 25-20 in favor of Grip. And that means that Grip finally scores that all-important first win, sits at 1-2 while Pickle Prick is 0-4. And so we move into the Rumble of tonight. Black Blizzard is at 1-2, who beat Sequoia, but lost to Humper, Bumper, and Terabyte, two of the rougher matchups in the tournament. It faces Maceface, who has beat Dropshot and Scarab, but also lost to Terabyte, much like Black Blizzard. The final contestant in this threesome is Sequoia, who has lost to Black Blizzard and Quack, but beat Grip. Let's see how these three line up. And off we go. Black Blizzard immediately focusing Sequoia. Sequoia is the bigger threat, as Black Blizzard is notoriously tough from the top. As we see there, Maceface gets a direct hit, no real damage done though. Sequoia moving around to the side of Black Blizzard, Maceface just trying to get a hit in on whoever's closest. Oh, but Sequoia scores a hit on Maceface's frame, and Maceface then slaps it to the side. Maceface scoring some damage there on Sequoia, something came out of it. Maceface is in trouble though, being chased by Sequoia, now Black Blizzard is coming. I think Maceface has taken some damage from that hit from Sequoia. Yeah, those wheels are very bent. Sequoia coming in with a charge from the back there. Oh, really slams it right into Maceface. What a giant throw, as Sequoia goes soaring into the opposite corner. Maceface's front wheels, much like in the Terabyte fight, have actually folded down. That means that Maceface is going to have to prove mobility sometime soon. Sequoia gets another hit on Maceface there. Black Blizzard now chasing Sequoia again. This matchup is familiar. Sequoia trying to get to the side of Black Blizzard, Maceface still trying to get up. Needs to show mobility. Oh, that's Maceface out, I think. Yes, Maceface is no longer moving. It has been counted out. So now it's between Sequoia and Black Blizzard once again. Sequoia goes flying backwards because of the downforce props it has inside the chassis. A Yay Bots sign has appeared and disappeared. Sequoia needs to get up soon again. It's a similar scenario to its other fight with Black Blizzard. Black Blizzard interferes though, that should stop the countdown. Black Blizzard scoring some good hits though. Oh, there's a hit, minor hit from Sequoia. Sequoia moving on to the front. Black Blizzard again with the clamp on the back of the frame there. Trying to push around Sequoia. Sequoia needs to get back up once again. Black Blizzard chasing, clamping, slamming it into the wall. Putting it in the red corner, Sequoia gets up. Doesn't quite score the hit yet. Black Blizzard gets to the side. Almost scored a clamp on the chassis of Sequoia. Gets underneath Sequoia again, lifts it up. No real clamping done. Sequoia really trying to get a hit on those arms. But Black Blizzard pins it into the wall. Arm was stuck in Sequoia's frame there briefly. Pit opens. Sequoia's on top. Sequoia goes flying by its own weapon there, hitting Black Blizzard on the way up. Sequoia needs to get up again. Black Blizzard's going right across the arena, slamming it into the wall once again. Holding it down by the back of its frame, chasing as Sequoia tries to get back up again. Sequoia needs to get back up soon or it might be counted out again. Black Blizzard interferes, that stops the countdown. Black Blizzard chasing as Sequoia still trying to get up. Interferes again, so no countdown will be had. Black Blizzard facing Sequoia. Trying to get around to the back again, trying to get a clamp. Ooh, minor hit from Sequoia there. Scoring some aggression there. Oh, big aggression point scored there. So a nice flip on Black Blizzard with the spinner. And a nice underbite there. Ooh, but Black Blizzard with a very up close and personal approach to Sequoia right there. Throwing it into the camera. Sequoia gets a minor nip there on the plow of Black Blizzard. Another hit on Black Blizzard's plow. Ooh, a big hit on Black Blizzard's plow right there from Sequoia. Sequoia, again, positioning well. Ooh, Black Blizzard gets thrown up very high. Ooh, the right wheel has sustained some damage there. That is not good for Black Blizzard. A flying block is underneath it. It needs to start moving. Okay, it's moving again. It was being counted out, but it is proven that it is still mobile. Another nice hit from Sequoia there. Black Blizzard gets back up. Needs to face Sequoia. Gets a nice throw there. Clamps down on the side. Misses. Goes right back in there. Lifts it up. Slams it down onto the floor. And that's time. Wow, what a fantastic rumble that was. Black Blizzard wins on aggression, control, and style, 25-20. Maceface lost by KO, but the damage scored against Sequoia evened out the damages scored by KOing Maceface. Black Blizzard wins by judgment, goes to 2-2, Maceface 2-2, Sequoia 1-3. And so we move into the final fight. Hackapalooza at 2-1 has beat Accretion Disc and won its rumble against Anatolode Dropshot. Lost a strong arm by Vicious KO, now faces Quack, who has beat Sequoia and Wolfboy but lost to Big If True. Let's see how these two finalize the episode. And off we go for the final fight of this episode. Both robots spin up, slowly approaching. Oh, big hit from Quack already, taking off one of the wheels from Hackapalooza. Luckily, Hackapalooza has 6 of them, so it's not going to worry about that too much. Plows are getting hit really harshly right now by Quack, though. That can't be good for the structure. Ooh, good hit from Hackapalooza. They're throwing Quack up. Quack gets a hit right back. Gets a hit on the pillars supporting the vertical spinner of Hackapalooza. Yeah, Hackapalooza right now is the one taking most of the hits. Quack is bouncing up though, so that means there is some translational power, I don't know if that's even the right term, coming from Hackapalooza. Because if Quack is being thrown up, the bar of Hackapalooza has to be colliding with Quack's bar. Like right there. He hit the underside of the chassis, so Hackapalooza is being aggressive with its weapon, chasing Quack. It loses another front wheel though. Oh, I see one of the mounts has actually disattached. The right plow is spinning freely, which is going to give Quack easier access to hitting those struts. That's not good for Hackapalooza. Quack positioning. Oh, big hit from Hackapalooza there. Another decent hit from Hacker. It's a surprisingly close matchup between two big spinners. I was expecting this to be over in a minute. Hackapalooza positioning, really trying to feed its bar into the leading edge of Quack's bar. Not quite getting the prize though. There's another hit to the underside of Quack, the body. Quack getting around to the side of Hackapalooza. Hackapalooza faces right back in there. Oh, big hit from Quack, ripping out one of these support struts for the for Hackapalooza's main weapon. It's got to be somewhat scary for Hackapalooza. Hackapalooza still very volatile though, as we saw there, throwing up Quack a fair bit. Hackapalooza's frame is not enjoying any of this at this point though. The whole left side strut has just been removed. Ooh, that's not a good side to show to Quack. Hackapalooza needs to get back up to use its weapon. Quack slowly approaching, Hackapalooza moving away, desperately trying to get back up, gets back up, gets hit by Quack, no big damage sustained on that hit. Hackapalooza, oh, started eating its own frame there. Hackapalooza needs to be able to face its opponent. It's having trouble turning right now. Oh, almost runs itself out of the arena. Opens the pit button opens the pit in the process. Gets it back up. Tries to get a hit on Quack, but falls over forwards. Quack still slowly chasing. That slow movement speed really showing on Quack right now. Hackapalooza is just flinging itself everywhere with this damaged strut on the left side. Quack coming in for another hit. Gets a hit. Oh wow! Hackapalooza rips out its own weapon. Hackapalooza is now just a box. Still mobile, but the chance of victory has definitely slimmed down. Spinner's actually approaching Hackapalooza. Hackapalooza hits itself with its own weapon. Loses a suspension chain in its frame. Oh, one of the wheels was bending up there. One of the wheels has come out. Oh, this is not looking good for Hackapalooza right now. It needs to get a pick KO of some kind or get Quack to explode, because it's never going to win this on a judge's decision. Staying aggressive, staying in Quack's face, but not really putting him anywhere. Almost oodles itself over the air pit. Can't tell if that was on purpose to get out of this fight or what, but it looked good. Goes for another flip of itself. Could have risked falling over there because it is not symmetrical. Oh, and that's time! And that's going to be a very one-sided judge's decision in favor of Quack, winning on aggression, control, damage, but not style, because Hackapalooza was flinging itself everywhere. 28-17 in favor of Quack, so Quack wins by judgment, while Hackapalooza is now at 2-2 and Quack at 3-1. And that's it for episode 9. Quack 4 moves along at 3-1, while not far behind are the Inedible Bulk and Oil Hunter at 2-1. Huge Parasite and Black Blizzard equalize their records and move along to 2-2, with Grip at the back of the pack after scoring its first win, now sitting at 1-2. We sincerely hope you enjoyed this episode. If you would like to get in on future tournaments, or just generally competing against other Besiege Bots, be sure to check the description for our Discord link. From everyone in the Besiege Bots Discord, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you soon.